And welcome to ATI ProMedia. We're powered by Advanced Trading. Thanks for joining the show this morning. We go live each day at 9 o'clock in the morning. We cover today's news today. Don't forget to click like and subscribe below. Well, the show writes itself every day. We never know what we're going to talk about. We think we're going to talk about the stock market being up, and it just rolled over into the red. We had green on the screen, and it's a pop and a drop. But Nvidia is still up, pushing higher, record high in the NASDAQ pre-open, on the open, still maybe hanging on to a little bit of green. We'll check on that here in a little bit. But we've got a lot going on today. Let's get into some headlines. Connor B is helping me out. Nvidia stock, we're going to talk that. Metals had a big down day yesterday. Fed meeting minutes. A lot happening on the Fed side of things. We got a cattle on feed report Friday. We're going to talk drought monitor as well. Connor B, come on into the show here. Join me, bail me out. What do we got going on today? How
you don't
Connor?
need bail out. We got Tommy's traveling, so it's Brady and Connor today. So we might go off the rails and talk about whatever we want. But we got Tom. We might bring Tommy in. You know him. He can't stay away. So we might bring him in remote. Especially
He's on
talking
a
about
mission. Secret mission today.
Especially, we need to hear him talk about the Fed minutes. But let's dive right into it. First things first. We know it's Memorial Day coming up. Quick correction. Yesterday, I said that it was a hard open Monday. I misspoke. Markets will be closed Monday, open 7 p.m. that night. Night trade. There is a night trade. It'll resume at 7 p.m. Not a hard open. My mistake on that one. I misspoke.
I was getting really excited to have Monday evening off too, Connor. You got me pumped up yesterday and busted my bubble. Got to have to work there. Might have to go live even Monday night.
Yeah, especially with where the headlines are going. Because we opened up corn, soybeans were up positive. Wheat was negative. Now that's flipped. We've got green all the way across the screen. Hopefully we'll see some nice follow through into the long weekend and into next week, but we'll keep watching that.
You want to walk down LaSalle Street here and do market update real quick? Why don't we walk down LaSalle and do some current markets here?
Let's do it.
Here.
So go ahead,
Connor.
Okay, July corn up 4.5, 465. Dees corn up 3. July soybeans pulling back slightly from their highs. They're up about a penny. November soybeans up as well, but pulling back off the highs. CBOT wheat, July wheat 698 up 5. December wheat up 4. Brady, you go ahead and do the cattle.
Okay. Cattle, we got feeders down 30 to 45 points. Fats are chopping around here. They've been feeder and fats have been both all over the place here this morning, but mostly lower, but they're off the lows. Fats only down 7.5 to 10 points here. So the hogs are up 50 points. Good to see that. On the equity side over on Wall Street, the Dow is down 260, the S&P down 3, the NASDAQ up 70 points, record high, traded above 19,000 there at the open, and still holding on to some green there. Gold's down 38 points, silver's down 58, Bitcoin down 1,600, and then the T-notes, 2-year and the 10-year. We need to bring Tommy in to talk about those. They are pushing lower, meaning interest rate potential going up. So transition back to some headlines here. Nvidia.
I was going to say, perfect segue. Nvidia, we said earnings would be out yesterday, and they did not disappoint. 10-for-1 stock split, right? That stock, I got some facts for you. 5 years ago, you could have bought it for $50 a share. It's exploded 2,500% higher, right? So they're going to split it. At Monday's close, it was worth $9.49, $9.50, and so they're going to do a stock split. Make it a little bit
1,030 on the open here, up 8% on the open. That 10-to-1 split, if they split it right now, I think that Connor would put it back at $100. So if you missed it 5 years ago at 50, it'll only be 100 here when they split it again.
Right, absolutely.
That's how that works, right? Is that how that works? I don't think that's how it works.
Here's their earnings report: 262% increase in revenue, 462% increase in profits year over year. So AI is not going away. Nvidia is on fire. What was that fact Tommy sent us this morning? Is that the pre-market move in Nvidia was bigger than Intel's market cap. Unbelievable when you put it in that type of scope. And when we're looking at, maybe you're not interested in AI, maybe you're not interested in Nvidia or any tech stocks, but when we're looking at the S&P, the Dow, Nvidia, these tech stocks, they are a huge part of that, and so moves like this are really going to be a big factor in total market movement.
Yep. Got to be lifting the Nasdaq here this morning and keeping it with a little green on the screen here as some sellers come in. Metals had that big down day yesterday. Copper down, silver down, gold down, and continuing that move today. That kind of, I think, really ties into if when you think metals, you think of a risk adverse flight to safety, and so to have the Fed minutes out yesterday, yet metals still down, and then the stock market starting to roll over. A lot of interesting things going on here, but those Fed minutes, the Fed more apt to keep things a little tighter going forward is kind of what I got out of that. What'd you get out of it, Connor?
Yeah, the rhetoric was now willing to tighten the monetary policy. So kind of a change, right? It feels like their rhetoric the past 2-3 months is we're sitting tight. I think this is the first time we've heard that. With that, let's see if he's ready. Let's bring in Tommy and see if we can get his comments. Tommy, can you hear us?
Copy, Roger. Over.
Hey, well, good deal. Hopefully you're not driving. It sounds like you're on the road. Give us some comments about the Fed meetings, the Fed minutes that you heard yesterday, Tommy.
Well, we're close to the election, and there's a lot of sensitivity to what will happen. I can tell you from a commercial real estate standpoint, there's a big real estate firm that was very aggressive in Fargo, and all of a sudden the other day they missed a bunch of payments, and a bunch of people who were used to doing big business at 3% are now at 8 and 9, and that 5% oftentimes was so many people's margins. A lot of businesses in America were set up on, would you invest $1 million? We can give you 5%. Farmlands like that. And so when you have to gobble up that whole 5% in the interest rates, it has a big effect on people's bottom line. We're still reeling from the effects of COVID 4 years later. Like when you see all these restaurants that are closing, some of my favorite IHOPs and other restaurants closing, in the lag on what we've done in interest rates, there's many people really hoping the Fed lowers interest rates, and if and when they do, it probably will continue to fuel this bull market in the stock market. A little bit of history again from my friend Adam Johnson from Bull Point Brief. The stock market during election years tends to have a good June, July, and August right into the election, regardless of who wins or loses. So a lot of wealth being created for a lot of the wealth also being held by so many of the few. So everyone's walking on pins and needles here because we're all dealing with money, right? It's costing a lot to be in agriculture. And to hand it back to Brady, go over the numbers of what it costs to on the cattle side. I heard, I'm going to say something, it's not going to make sense. So you're going to laugh at me. Like a 700-800 weight, steer traded for $2,700 just say, is that possible?
They're bringing a lot of money. I don't think we're quite to that level yet on the 7-8 weight feeder steers, but the potential's there possibly to get there. But to your point of the cost of capital and the cost of opportunity in capital intense businesses like ag, whether it's farming or ranching, buying that 8 weight at $2,000, $2,000, $2,200 right now. There might be some outliers out there though that are bringing a little more than that, but to borrow that money and put them on feed and finish them out, that calf has to make you $80 just to offset the interest cost of that capital out there. So where's the best place for your money to perform? Is it dumping it in a 800-pound feeder steer and betting on the come with the market, or is it putting it in maybe a safer place like a interest rate CD, something like that? It's up for debate, but a big impact to ag and capital intense businesses like ag. Yep.
Yeah. I just want to tell you both as I'm not driving, Gina's driving down the highway. It's so much fun to watch you guys do this. You've come so far, and you're adding so much value to the firm. And, it's neat. It's neat to see the accounts open up. It's neat to see people subscribe to ATI ProMedia Premium. Let's talk about that real quick. I don't know if we have the headline up, but Brian Bastine kicking butt, taking names yesterday. Something you're only going to see here at ATI ProMedia Premium. Brian Bastine broke down wheat, and I tried so hard not to talk about any other commodity, but there was about a 15, 20-second conversation with corn. But we went 18 minutes. Brian Bassey, Advanced Trading, talked all things wheat. Incredible resource. We're lucky to have him on the team. So, folks, if you need ATI ProMedia Premium, www.ATI ProMedia, and click and subscribe. Any color on that video that you guys watched yesterday, that premium content?
I pulled just to give a little snippet. I pulled a chart from Brian from that video just because I thought it was so interesting. It made we get a taste about what you guys talked about. So here, I'll pull it up. And so here, we've been talking about the drought in Russia and Ukraine has really fueled this wheat market rally. And here that is in chart form. Look at that black line. The percent of Ukraine winter wheat that was in much drier than normal. And my gosh, the past month, it has been just a skyscraper up, right? Getting into record areas where how much of that winter wheat has experienced drought. So that's, to me, that was the main takeaway, is how can we affect that? You guys did a fantastic job breaking it down, but this chart was fascinating to me.
Yeah. Brian's a wealth of information and a great person to have on Premium. I wish we could get him on more often, but that was a great episode yesterday. And certainly if you subscribe here today, you'll get that one. Definitely get all of them, right, Tommy?
Yeah, absolutely. Just real quick, if one of you guys can show, we're going to be able to have people call in remotely. So just for giggles, pop up that Ryan Fogel thing and show people how with our new mixer boards and everything else, we can have people call in remotely where they don't have to do all their hair and makeup like Brady spends so much time. Yeah, look at that. We could have guys calling the show. So if you're out there, you're a premium subscriber, you think you have value, we'll have it set up, especially on Sunday nights, where you can call into the show. Now, there are rules, no swearing, and be polite, but as best as you can, right? And this modern technology, guys, when you tie it all into Nvidia, it's just I've seen some crazy AI-generated thumbnails recently, and some of them friends are making as jokes, whatever. But the world's changing, and this new technology is not your grandpa's flip phone. And maybe in all seriousness, I wish times were simpler when we went to a flip phone and no texting. But you either move forward or you're going behind. And I know what we're doing with this show, we're moving forward. So by far one of the best episodes we ever did on premium content yesterday, B. Bastine. Roll the tape on how people subscribe to that, Joe. Roll that little 15-second video on ATI ProMedia Premium. See how fast producer Joe is.
Which one is he? Was rolling the other one.
Yeah, that works too. Let's see what he has here.
Welcome to ATI ProMedia, powered by Advanced Trading. We're a financial channel that loves agriculture. For just $1 a day, you'll receive advanced trading research, actionable text, and a minimum of 6 videos a week featuring industry experts and insight. Click the button below to subscribe today.
There it is, folks. You get to watch us live. You get to watch our mistakes. We're putting it all out there. A lot of hours go into doing this. We do the homework, so you don't have to. You get that crop planted, we'll help you sell it. Folks, if you need a broker, this is what we do. Connor B, Tommy G, Brady Huck, all brokers, Joe G, registered 30. Brady does LRP. That's a whole nother animal. So's Tony. We're not goof around. So if you need help, you need a rate, give us a call, get you papered up, get you quoted up with a nice competitive futures and options rate, and on to the show. Finish up, guys.
Yep. Thanks, Tommy. Drive safe.
Tom.
See you guys.
So speaking of LRP and cattle, yesterday was a busy day with LRP. We had that bird flu headline out right after the close, and the markets are kind of reacting to that a little bit here, being lower. But they're mixed. August is up, a nickel here, so they're digesting that news pretty well. But nonetheless, we still have had a great run in these markets, and it's worth protecting. So was pretty busy last night with LRP stuff here, but we got that cattle on feed report Friday at 2. The estimates here, Connor, are leaning a little bullish, and I tell you, I'm optimistic of what this cattle market can do going forward. The supply story isn't changing. We're not making any more beef cows overnight. It's going to take some time to rebuild the herd, but when the estimates lean a little bullish, you always got to walk into that report with a little bit of caution, saying, what if they're not as bullish as the market thinks it should be? So be prepared. Will there be a disappointment Monday? We got that report on at 2 p.m. We'll do some coverage afterwards and get a video out to customers and premium subscribers after 2 p.m. But what else we got?
And you can still, with LRP, we can get a bearish report and we can buy LRP, but that is going away, correct, Brady?
Yeah, this will actually, we got 2 more months of being able to buy LRP after that report. This report and then the June report, and in July that goes away.
Yeah. So make sure we're paying attention to that. Oh, we got a question. Is the sell-off in milk solely due to the bird flu?
That I'd never tie a sell-off to one thing or another, right? So I think there's multiple things that move a market. I'm not a milk expert by any means. Don't claim to be. Know very little about the milk markets, but I would think it would have something to do with that. And we've got skyrocketing prices. Great move, right? So
yeah, I was going to say it's definitely fueling it, but I'd love, we're not going to be able to pull it in this quickly, but I'd love to look at a milk chart. That'd be a great thing for tomorrow. Put that down and look at that price action that we could see. So other thing we have real quick, let's talk Drought Monitor was out. And so
Okay.
it's not going to tell us anything we didn't know, but let's go ahead and pull that up. And so just looking at how much of the Midwest is in drought, as you can see, still that pesky little bit in Iowa. It really is amazing to me that we haven't cleared that up, but it's still lingering there. And your corner of the world continues to get a little bit bigger in terms of that drought monitor.
Yeah, we look at the 4-week change there, and a lot of green in southern Iowa, Missouri, eastern Kansas. But the drought has changed to the negative in southwest Kansas, western Kansas, south central Kansas, and Texas Panhandle. But maybe we'll get some relief one of these days.
Yeah, hopefully. But so basically, spring wheat was the big drop in percentage experiencing drought, 11% change there.
Okay.
So big difference, but yeah. So drought monitor, we like looking at it. It continues to change. We continue to stay wet, but we'll see. We'll see where that goes and if it changes significantly. Let's dive into some comments real quick, and then we'll get out of here.
Okay, we got the bull bear debate on corn here. Tommy wants us to talk bull bear debate on corn. Cue up that bull bear deal.
Let's do it. Okay, which one? The floor is yours. You're taking the bull or the bear, and I'll talk the opposite.
Golly, I've been so bearish lately. I feel like I need to take the bullish route, Connor. And I want to make some friends too. Bulls always
go for it. Go for it.
Yeah, bullish. We put this crop in. It's not ideal conditions. Maybe we got it in, but it's got soggy feet. We get we're suspect to maybe we're set up for a month or two of decent growing, but July is going to make this crop. And if we turn off hot and dry in July, maybe we don't have the root system under it. So that's my bullish thought. The other bullish piece would be the safrinha corn crop. Is that crop getting smaller or bigger? Let's say arguably maybe a little smaller. And we've seen some nice export flashes, so maybe we'll catch some more export business. Keep watching those export sales here.
I like it. Okay. I'm going to talk the opposite side of the coin. If I'm going to be a bear, right? The late planting story is done. We're right at the 5-year average currently. We'll see what this next week brings. But the crop is in the ground, okay? And as you remember, March, we had a decently lower than expected corn acreage number. What if that number jumps up even just a little bit, right? We have a decent weather where we raise maybe not the trend line of 181.5, but what's it look like if we hit that 179? What's it look like if we hit a 178.5, 3 bushel off what the USDA has right now? I think that it's still we're still filling the pipeline. Yeah. And then back to the other thing, safrinha corn crop, we've getting headlines that it's dry. That's not unexpected. The crop went in the ground very nicely. They had rains during some of the growing season. It's dry right now. What happens if we see decent average to, I'm even going to say, what if it's a little bit above average yields on that safrinha corn crop, right? Suddenly then the supply is good. Then we're going to need a demand picture to really pick it up. So that's, if we're going to be bearish on this corn front, I'm going to look at what if the supply turns out to be bigger than what the market's factoring in right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, to each their own opinion, I guess, Connor. Okay. To each their own. All right. What do we got? One more comment and then wrap this baby up.
Yep. Seems to me like the workers cleaning the stalls at the dairy need safety glasses more So then we need to worry about another pandemic. Fear headlines equals more clicks for these failing media companies. Take it away, Brady.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with you, Luke. Love that comment. Don't want to add to any fear mongering out there, but yeah, seems like all of it's click driven and sensationalism and euphoria, and we got to have something to talk about. So let's make a big deal out of this. I think the worker in Michigan is fine, and maybe some sickness. And I'd be surprised, if we went around and tested everybody, we'd probably find a lot more cases of it than we thought was out there. So yeah, I think that's it for today, Connor, isn't it?
Well said, Joe. I'll go ahead and close the show. Yep, I'll click it. We'll be doing it again tomorrow. Cattle on feed. Markets close Monday, and we'll see everyone tomorrow. Have a good one.
Thanks for joining us. We're here every day, 9 a.m. Central. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.